Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks, and we are continuing by force for War of the Spark. The core set is right around the corner. I think we've got about a week and a half, 2 weeks before the core set goes off, and we'll be saying goodbye to War of the Spark. Been a good format. I haven't been able to play it as much as I would have liked, mostly because Modern Horizons came out mid-format. And I had to practice for a GP where I was 42nd place. Kind of happy with that. But for now, we're going to continue by force. This week's stipulation is we are going to be drafting every rare. I think this is something I can do for basically any by force. Not going to play every rare, but if there's a rare in the pack, I am taking it. And that's the whole point of Biforce. If you haven't seen an episode of Biforce, we pick a stipulation or an archetype and we force it before we even touch a pack. So, you might see me passing things that I wouldn't recommend normally passing, but that's what we're going to do here. And we're going to try to cobble together a playable deck. A little bit awkward. I wanted Biforce to be ranked draft. I wanted to do best of one matches, but that doesn't really stick around too often on Arena. They kind of cycle through the format. So I do have to play traditional this time because ranked is not currently on Arena. So it'll be best of three matches as opposed to the best of one we did for the previous videos. And we've been getting completely hosed. We did the Charmed Strays deck. We did the Draft All Planeswalkers deck. Neither of them did exceptionally well, but maybe a bunch of rares will get us there. Before we get into our first pack, make sure you subscribe below. Feel free to find us on Twitter at MTG_ManaRocks, and feel free to leave any any feedback in the comments below. And if you have any ideas for cool stipulations, cool things to work with Biforce, either for War of the Spark or the upcoming core set, let me know, and I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, let's go ahead and pay some gems, throw them down the chute, and see what we can get into. So again, we have to take every rare we see, which means we're passing up on this Kaya, passing up on this Overseer, not really passing up on too much else, but we're going to start off with a Dreadhorde Butcher. And I think by now people kind of understand what the cards do, so we'll talk about it if we feel the need to talk about it, but I'm going to kind of gloss over most things, kind of keep things moving. Guildglobe is appealing if I'm going to be playing a bunch of rares here. This isn't exactly a rare I'm super committed to early on. There's Davriel, which is a fine card to go with the Dreadhorde Butcher. There's Spellgorger Weird, which is awkwardly the only red card in this pack. And then there's like Tamiyo's Epiphany. I think since I have this Butcher, even though I don't think it's an amazing card, I'm going to stick on color, and that means either taking the Weird or the Davriel. Lots of good blue cards, but well, actually, two good blue cards and then some pretty mediocre ones. So it's either Weird, Davriel, or Guildglobe. I think I'm going to go with probably just the Spellgorger Weird. I'm pretty happy with this card. Davriel's hit or miss. There's sometimes people play it and it's just the most annoying thing in the world. I don't mind following up with Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. I do love me a Narset, but not really going with our first couple picks, and the Cruelty fits quite nicely. It's either that or like the Manticore or Sorin's Thirst, which are both pretty subpar cards. I'll take the really strong removal spell here. Not actually seeing a bunch of rares, which is probably a good thing for us. There's On-Crop Invader, which does fit this kind of red-black deck that's shaping up right now. Aid the Fallen kind of has a little bit of a niche use in these sorts of decks. I like Aid the Fallen if you have a couple Planeswalkers that are worth getting back, not if you're just getting a creature back. And then there's Herald and Guildglobe as well. I think I'm going to take the Herald here. It's the grindiest card. Red-black tends to be pretty grindy. On-Crop Invader, I want a lot of those like little 1/1s that amass 1 when they die, or expendable creatures. I don't really want to be sacking real creatures to this Invader, and I don't yet need the Guildglobe. Here's an Aid the Fallen. There's also Honor the God Pharaoh, which I like quite a bit in red-black and red-blue. The amass 1 token, just like the 1/1 I mentioned, is pretty good if you end up with things like Spark Reaper. Vampire Opportunist is just a completely replaceable card. I think Goblin Assault Team is horrendously bad. And then, again, Aid the Fallen. We might wheel one of those. Price of Betrayal, Gateway Plaza. Here's a Turret Ogre and a Grim Initiate. That's its name, Grim Initiate, the card I'm talking about. We don't really have anything that actually sacrifices here, so I'm between either Turret Ogre, Gateway Plaza for potential future rares that we're going to open here. The Initiate's not exactly a strong card, right? And Price of Betrayal is playable, but I've never found it to be like a super main deckable card. I think I'm just going to take one of the red cards here. Maybe the Initiate, but that card's not super strong. Maybe just Turret Ogre. Yeah, Turret Ogre's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, there's Spark Reaper. That's kind of perfect. I don't love Catharsis, although I'll board it in against super heavy Planeswalker decks. There's also Iron Bully, and Charity Extractor just always disappoints when I play it. Shadow Fugue, Behemoth, Prismite, Stoneblades. Behemoth's basically the only playable card. Prismite can be playable, but it's just pretty bad overall. And I'll take the Invading Manticore. I'll go ahead and take Guild Globe now, I think. It works with Spellgorger weird. We might pick up some, what are they, Burning Prophets. Iron Bully is pretty replaceable. It is good with Spark Reaper, but since I'm going to be drafting every rare and I might pick up some duds, I want the Guild Globe in case we open something off color. Nothing here for us. Take the uncommon for the vault. Now I'll take Aid the Fallen. Didn't come out of this pack with any Planeswalkers. And last pick, Nahiri Stoneblades. Alright, so again, we have to take the rare here. We're going to take Karn's Bastion. That's not actually bad. Could be pretty good with Dreadhorde Butcher. It works with Spellgorger Weird. It works with the mass tokens. So we currently have 3-4 cards it works with. There's a Spark Reaper. I like Unlikely Aid more than most people. I just find that you can trade this card off for an opponent's creature pretty often. You blow yourself out a lot, but there's not a lot of instant speed interaction, like bounce spells and stuff like that. Most of it's sorcery speed or Planeswalker, so I find that you can leverage this, pretty often, just trying to use it on a small creature, which would otherwise just be a chump block, and turn it into a profitable trade. I'm not looking to play Nahiri Stoneblades, and we'll see how this works out, but I am going to take Karn's Bastion. I'm pretty happy with that. Get past the Nicol Bolas. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen a Mythic so often. I wonder if... No, we're not even going to say that. There's Bleeding Edge and Spark Harvest, which are both cards I would really like, but looking at what we already have here... First off, I have to take Bolas because of the stipulation, but looking at what we have a Guild Globe to splash blue, and we're already playing red-black, so that might work out. That might just do it. Couple good ones for us in this pack. We have Burning Prophet, Lazotep Reaver, Raging Crunch, and I don't really want the second Honor the God Pharaoh. It doesn't look like we're shaping up to be hyper aggressive here, so the Crunch I think is a little bit worse off. Even though this is just a good blocker, it almost always trades for something relevant, or your opponent has to use a good removal spell on it. So Burning Prophet and Lazotep Reaver. The Reaver kind of fits our deck a little bit better, I think, although I think Burning Prophet tends to perform a little bit better. But I'm going to take the Reaver here. And Spark Reaper. All right, here's a Burning Prophet, Grim Initiate, Invading Manticore. If we wheel any of these 3 cards, I'll be pretty happy, but I am going to take Burning Prophet. Heartfire. Heartfire's fantastic. I just love this card in basically any red deck, but it's really good when you end up with things that make expendable bodies. So I'm going to take Heartfire, and then again, we have Manticore, Unlikely Aid, and Sorin's Thirst as cards that can wheel. I would like to pick up one more way to splash this Bolas. Blind Blast is kind of not a card, but since we're playing best of 3, I think I'm going to take it for sideboard consideration over something I'm absolutely not going to play. Bolt Bend. I've been blown out by Bolt Bend, but we're not a Bolt Bend deck. We don't have a lot of creatures that actually work with it. I mean, I guess we have a couple, right? And maybe we want Grim Initiate or Iron Bully here. I don't think we're like an Iron Bully deck. Again, we're not super aggressive. It's okay with Karn's Bastion, but this is a really late game plan here. I'm just going to take the Grim Initiate. Ooh, Tybalt's Rager and Spellgorger Weird. Well, I wonder what colors are open here. I can't quite tell. Spellgorger Weird is nice, but I do like a Tybalt's Rager. This card's quite good. It trades up quite nicely. It actually often trades for like your opponent's 4 or 5 drop on the ground. And as good as Spellgorger Weird is, I don't mind picking up a good 2 drop. There aren't too many great ones. We get our pick here of the Grim Initiate or the Unlikely Aid. I do think I'm going to take the Aid this time over the Initiate. And then here, I just really don't like Initiate or Goblin Assault Team very much, but the Initiate fits our deck a little bit better. Wow, Burning Prophet wheeled. Yeah, red is super open. Definitely Burning Prophet here. Yeah, I'm going to take Manticore over the 3rd Grim Initiate, and I'm not looking to play 3 Manticores. Alright, what's the rare in our last pack? Can we get Bontu? Spark Double. There's an Ob Nixilis' Cruelty too. Well, If we're looking to splash blue, it's possible we can play this Spark Double, but the stipulation says I have to take it. No, not Fibblethip. Oh, no. Spark Harvest and Vraska in the pack. Also Ugin's Conjurant. Darn it. The stipulation got us. Got us real good. We just missed out on gold. 2 removal spells in a row because we're doing a jank draft here. Alright, Herald of the Dreadhorde or Vraska's Finisher is what we're looking at out of this pack. I find that people still don't play around Vraska's Finisher very often. Herald of the Horn is decent, but I'm going to take the Finisher here. Lots of red still going around. Alright, I could pick up Firemind Vessel, and then I feel a little bit better about playing both Spark Double and Bolas. Crunch would be my pick otherwise. I'm not taking either of these black cards, and then there's the Burning Prophet. I am going to take the Vessel. I'm going to take the Vessel, yeah. Was there a rare in that last pack? I didn't even think to look for a rare. I hope there wasn't one, and I didn't just like mess up my stipulation. On-Crop Invader seems like it could be a decent attacker in our deck. Do have some expendable bodies now. Ooh, Toll of the Invasion, Heartfire, Gateway Plaza. Oh my god. I want all of these cards. The Gateway Plaza seems good. Ooh, Karn's Bastion I didn't even really think about with Bolas. Does kind of hurt our mana. Toll of the Invasion's so good. Gateway Plaza helps a lot. I don't have to play this Spark Double, but I do think it's just a good little value card. Even though we only have 1 Planeswalker, it still copies our creatures. Albeit most of our creatures are kind of small, dirtily things, so copying those for 4 mana isn't super exciting, but I guess it works with the Bastion as well. I guess we're really... This is a bit of a toss-up. These are all good cards here. The Gateway Plaza would help a lot if I do end up splashing these, which I think I'm going to. I kind of committed when we started this draft to drafting some 5-color nonsense deck, and we've managed to stick pretty closely to just 2 colors. But Toll of the Invasion is good. I'm going to take the Plaza, though. I do want to be able to cast my spells. Alright, here's another Reaver, and there's a Tidebearer Giant. We've got kind of our 6 drops covered, even though I think the Giant is regularly better than the Invaded Manicore. Bond of Revival, not a card I'm considering here. Kind of neat with Spark Double, but not great. Take the Reaver. And, well, there's a Gateway Plaza that makes me wish that I had the Toll of the Invasion, but our mana should be pretty good now. Back to our opening pack, I believe. Yeah, pick 9. I'm going to take Dread Malkin. This could actually be really strong. This card's kind of impressed me. Not, like, super impressed me, but I found it to be pretty good. Another Behemoth. Let's take an uncommon for the vault. We're never playing Demolish. Aid the Fallen, Unlikely Aid. Burning Prophet, third from last, is just an egregious error. Do not appreciate that. All right, take another Unlikely Aid and a Bulwark. And let's go ahead and scrap together a deck here. So easy thing to do would be to cut a bunch of islands, or cut up the blue cards and the mana fixin', but we're not doing that. Get out of here. Let's go and look through real quick. I don't want the second Grim Initiate. I don't want Aid the Fallen when I only have 1 Planeswalker. If I'm just casting that as a 2-mana Raise Dead, I think I can do a lot better. I will keep probably 1 Grim Initiate here, but let's do some initial cutting, right? Yeah, we could cut Spark Double, Firemind Vessel, and Nicol Bolas and have like an actual deck here. I think we can go ahead and trim one of the Invaded Manicores. And then back to the top, maybe an Unlikely Aid. I do, like I said, I think this card's fine, but I don't think it's like amazing. I don't want a bunch of them. It is good at just turning your like 1/1 amass tokens into something that trades up. Especially since you don't care if your opponent uses removal on those cards. And then Spark Double is a little bit on the weak side in our deck. It's not going to copy anything super relevant too often. We'll go ahead and figure out mana here in a second, but maybe the Behemoth. I kind of want to play this just because we're doing the stipulation, so why not play it, right? There's also Fibblethip, but we're not splashing Fibblethip. Come on. Don't be ridiculous, people. Yeah, I just don't think Spark Double is going to come down and copy anything super relevant, but it does kind of fit the spirit of what we're doing here, trying to play as many rares as possible. But I do think like maybe I can just cut the Behemoth here. Pretty middle of the ground type card. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, I need to cut one more card? Huh. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, I do need to cut one more card here. Guess I cut a land before I was finished counting playables. Is it a Burn-in Prophet? Maybe it's just this Grim Initiate. Card's whatever. Bring it in against people with a bunch of 1 toughness creatures or something like that. I mean, we got 1 toughness creatures covered. We got this Blind Blast too. Get at me. Alright, I think this is going to be our deck. We're playing kind of this Grixis deck. We have a Bolas again for the millionth time. Oh, I guess I didn't get to post the draft I did with Bolas. That was on the old computer that broke. That deck was sweet. Had Bolas and Enter the God Eternals. But, do I need an island in my deck? I probably don't need an island, right? I have Guild Globe, Firemine Vessel, double Gateway Plaza. Probably do something like this and have 9/9, have a Karn's Bastion, and then we have 4 blue sources without having an island. Normally I'd put the island in if I had a way to fetch it, like an Evolving Wilds or something, but we don't have anything like that. No Death Sprout. I'm going to rely on my artifacts and my Gateway Plazas to provide blue mana for me. So that's 14, 15, 16, 17, and we have a deck here, whether it's a functional deck or not. It seems like it worked out pretty well. Starting with the Dreadhorde Butcher, it kind of panned out pretty well. So we're going to play all of our rares except for Fibblethip, but we took all of the rares we opened, I think. Did we open the Spark Double or the Fibblethip? I don't remember, but we could have had a Vraska, Spark Harvest, something like that, and we ended up passing them, which is a good kind of, summary of why you shouldn't do what I'm doing in real life. You shouldn't force an archetype because you just end up passing nonsense and it doesn't work out. But I think we have a functional deck and we're going to get into some matches. Remember, this is best of 3. And remember, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Find us on Twitter. Yada, yada, yada. Match 1 coming up. Alright, as promised, match 1 is up. I think this is a functional hand. The Bolas is really awkward here. Kind of wish it was any 2-drop, but I have the Burn-in Prophet to block early, Heartfire in emergency scenario, and the Honor the God Pharaoh can get us there if we draw the 3rd land. We're against Dirty German. His words, not mine. Take what you will from that. And white deck. I do want to play against white decks with this. Drew the 3rd land, but probably still going to play this Invader. Eternal Taskmaster. I do like this card. Ooh, Vraska's Finisher's decent, but I do think I'm just going to go ahead and run out the Invader here and pass. And I could pitch Nicol Bolas to Honor the God Pharaoh here. It's the card we're least likely to cast. Vraska's Finisher doesn't look like we're going to have, anything super insane to kind of like try and punish him with, but I think it'll work out fine. Dread Malkin. Like that card as well. Alright, so do I get greedy here? Could attack with On-Crop Invader, and then if they block with the Taskmaster, I can just follow up and Vraska's Finisher it. I could also just play Honor the God Pharaoh and have Heartfire available. Don't really see a need to do that. Could attack with Burn-in Prophet as well. They might double block. And then I can kill this maybe, and then Vraska's Finisher. No, that doesn't quite do it, does it? I think I'm just going to Honor the God Pharaoh here. Try to get closer to Bolas mana. I'm going to be very greedy and discard the Mountain, because an extra Mountain doesn't actually help us cast Bolas. Scry that to the bottom. Very greedy. Very greedy. Alright, we'll just pass the turn here. Did I mention that was very greedy? We discarded a land, put a land on the bottom, did not draw a land. Beautiful. Nice little combo here. Opponent can sack creatures to Dread Malkin and then get them back with the Taskmaster. But we do have a decent hand here. Herald's a nice way. Ooh, Gateway Plaza? That's annoying. I guess we can just play Gateway Plaza this turn and hold up Heartfire or Unlikely Aid. I think I'll still just sit on defense here. So either a blue source or a black source will get us to Nicol Bolas mana. We have the blue covered here. I think we've got a pretty decent hand. Not super threatened by much of what our opponent can do here. I mean, they've got kind of like a neat little combo setup where they can Dread Malkin and then attack with this and get back what they sacrifice, but that is a lot of mana. And they do have to attack with the Taskmaster. This destroys, right? Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yeah. Ooh, Ob Nixilis. I don't think I care about that very much. See if they try to destroy one of my creatures here. They might just try to destroy one of their own. Oh, they're not even going to use it? That's interesting. That's super interesting. So, do I want to Heartfire? I can Heartfire away Taskmaster, just sacking this. And then I have reasonable attacks. I can Ob Nixilis' Cruelty here. Yeah, I think I want to do that. This does use a lot of my removal, but I think it's fine. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing, sacrificing this thing. I do get a Scry as well, which is kind of cool. Lazotep Reaver to the bottom. I'd like to just draw lands, even if they're not swamps or islands. Yeah, we can resolve that ability. And I can go Cruelty here. I guess I should play this. I could play Bolas. But I'd rather be just a little bit more stable so this just doesn't get attacked to death or anything like that. So I think what I'm going to do here is just Cruelty the Dread Malkin, attack Ob Nixilis. Or, I'm sorry, Cruelty the Dread Horde, since it exiles. Tybalt's Rager, probably fine. Just blockers seem good here. Tybalt's Rager is really nice with Vraska's Finisher. And now I can attack both of these at Ob Nixilis, so my opponent can't activate the ability unless they want to completely chump block here, which I doubt they do. Could also use Unlikely Aid to finish this off, but I think I can do better than that. And I'm not super worried about the damage I'm going to take every turn. Also note that if I play Bolas and this is on board, I can actually do the -2 ability, but I'd rather not draw my opponent cards here. Opponent looking at the graveyard. Always a good sign for us. We're drawing this Rager. Yeah, let's see what they play. If they just play like a Tidebearer Giant or something, I'm going to play Bolas and blow it up. Alright, attacking me. Interesting. Opponent is not worried about us at all. Looks like they might have like Divine Arrows or something like that. I'll go and resolve that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and jam on Ob Nixilis here. I'm expecting like a Gideon's Sacrifice, whatever it's called. Gideon's whatever. I guess they can also sack Ob Nixilis to Dread Malkin. They did not. Interesting. Opponent did nothing and also didn't use their mana here, so they have like mana they want to use end of turn or something? Not sure. I'm going to run out Tybalt's Rager and pass. Note that if I really want to, I can sacrifice Tybalt's Rager to the Invader and kill off this Dread Malkin. Maybe my opponent's just super flooded here, I don't know. Or maybe they forgot they can sacrifice Planeswalkers to Dread Malkin. I've noticed a lot of people don't know that. I've met a bunch of people who don't know you can actually sacrifice Planeswalkers to Heartfire. One of the nuances of this set. Aid the Fallen. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Just don't think it's that big of a deal. See if they want to just go ahead and play Ob Nixilis, that's fine. If they want to draw me into a couple extra cards, that's cool too. Nope, they're going to go Taskmaster. Okay. So what I might do here is attack with everything, sack the Invader to deal, or sack the Tybalt's Rager to the Taskmaster, so I can Vraska's Finisher it, and then finish off Dread Malkin. And if they want to go ahead and do any blocks here, I have the Unlikely Aid. Ooh, Dreadhorde Butcher was an interesting draw. Because now they're kind of incentivized to block that, and I don't even care if that gets blocked. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run that out there. I'm not going to try to be super tricky with it or anything. just another creature my opponent's probably going to want to block here. I could try to get it bigger here, but I'm not trying to use my tricks that proactively. I'm trying to use this a little defensively if I need to. Yeah, so if my opponent goes block something and then sack Taskmaster to Dreadmalkin, I'll go ahead and use the Invader to sack the Tybalt's Rager. Like this right here, I'm completely fine with this trade. So Butcher will die to Dreadmalkin. I'm going to ping the Taskmaster, and then I'm going to play Vraska's Finisher. I don't think my opponent's going to have a sweeper here. They could have single combat, but that seems unlikely. I guess if they have Widespread Brutality, but they don't have red mana. And now we're very far ahead on board. Obnixilis, if that has to start killing our creatures, that's not even that big of a deal. Opponent only has 2 unknown cards. Probably just dropping Bolas next turn. I've been playing very conservatively, but that's fine. Could also probably try and get through this match without showing our opponent Bolas, but they're still at 16. It's not like we've just, completely stomped them or anything. We just have board presence and they don't. They have 8 mana. I'm hoping they just tap out for like a Tidebearer Giant. Yeah, please, kill one of my creatures and draw me some cards. I would be very happy with that. Killing the On-Crop Invader. Interesting. Sure, I'll go to 15 here. Spark Reaper. Yeah, so I'm going to play Bolas, kill Spark Reaper, and then kill Obnixilis. Our opponent will have 1 card. They're going to be really up against it here. And I still get to do 2 damage to my opponent. Ooh, 3 damage. No, that can go to the bottom. Slam Bolas. Destroy Spark Reaper. And we will do that and hit my opponent for 3. And I think we've just about got this game. I'm not entirely sure what kind of draws Black-White has to get out of this. Maybe they play like the Parhelion or something and then follow up with something else. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and plus Bolas first. Opponent will exile a land. We'll draw a Karn's Bastion. Kind of nice with Bolas here. No, they just exile the card out of their hand. Okay. Let's go ahead and jam. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Go and play this Manticore and Karn's Bastion. And I know I'm playing into a sweeper, but... Oh, I guess I already played a land. Never mind. Alright, opponent is super dead here. They flooded pretty hard, though. I mean, like, very hard. They drew 10 lands that game. Alright, so against a grindier deck, we didn't see a lot of removal from them. Blind Blast didn't look useful. I guess there's Dreadmalkin, but that's it. Obnixilis I'm not super worried about in my deck. Maybe Unlikely Aid number 2 is good here. Over like just the Spark Double or something like that. I find this card, again, just does a good job of trading up. Yeah, I guess I'll make that cut. Spark Double, I just don't think is going to be anything super exciting here. I guess with the Dream of Bolas into Spark Double, but keep it at 1 blue card. See you in game number 2. Alright, game number 2 is up. We've got a functional hand here on the draw. Obviously, would like to draw more lands. No Dreadmalkin from the opponent. Yeah, let's go ahead and bluff our Saproling Fungal Infection. And let's just get this Gateway Plaza down. Yeah, and just get the Plaza down. Next turn, probably just play Reaver. A little bit off curve, but it's fine to make sure our mana is going to work out. Alright, Tybalt's Rager is also pretty good. We want to play the Rager or the Reaver? Just going to play the Reaver. Opponent has not had a play for the first 3 turns of this game. Loxodon Sergeant. I don't even know what this card does. Other creatures you control gain Vigilance? Sure, okay. I guess I can go ahead and jam with one creature, and then if my opponent wants to go ahead and block it, I will Vraska's Finisher it. They're probably just going to take one, I imagine. Would have liked to draw a land there. Oh, go for the block, please. Yeah, didn't think so. Excuse me. Could also just play Vraska's Finisher and threaten to trade with this Loxodon Sergeant. That doesn't seem too bad. Gig is up. More lands would be very nice here. This comes in tapped, right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, if they attack, I'll just block with the Finisher. I'm not too scared of any combat tricks here. This thing has Vigilance. It has Vigilance. I'm not attacking through it anyway. Yeah, opponent just trades straight up, so we got to do it anyway. Just minus having my 3-2 on board. Nothing? Nothing, opponent? Alright, I'm going to attack with both, and I guess just play Herald of the Dreadhorde here. I don't need this Firemind's Vessel at the moment. It does let me cast the Manticore next turn, but I don't need the Manticore on board. Sunblade Angel. That card gets me pretty good most of the time. I'm going to just jam into it with this Unlikely Aid because I'd rather use that than the Heartfire. Good chance my opponent doesn't block here, but this has first strike, so they don't have to play around the Vraska's Finisher. Alright, let's go ahead and make this indestructible. Opponent will actually net a life this turn, but we get to go and kill the Sunblade Angel. See, 2 mana, traded for our opponent's 6-drop. I will run out Tybalt's Rager here. Yeah, this card got us real good in one of the other Bifrost videos. I think it was the Charmed Stray video. They just proliferated it, and we could not deal with it. I don't generally like this card just because it's a 6-mana creature that dies to a lot of the removal in this set. I could play Manticore. Yeah, I'll play Manticore pre-combat just to have extra power on my army. Opponent, some sort of instant here, I'm assuming. Yeah, I guess they flooded again. And they're getting very close to just Heartfire range with the Tybalt's Rager. That's 5 damage alone. Teo's Light Shield is not going to cut it this game. That doesn't even threaten to kill any of our creatures. We can just attack into it. And Price of Betrayal. Sure. Kill an army token. You got it. So, 2 more cards in hand from the opponent. They might just be dead. They kind of have to block Tybalt's Rager, I think. Just jamming. Just jamming. I'll activate the Rager once. Nope, they're going to go for the block. Sure, I will not activate the Rager at all then. Battlefield Promotion. So that gains them 2 life. They'll be at 12. They'll take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 4. Yeah, this is fine. I guess they'll actually go to 3. And then we'll just Heartfire them before they untap. And that should be game here. Cool. Our little Black-Red Aristocrats deck got there, and we got to slam a Bolas in game 1. That already feels pretty good. Deck played pretty smoothly. I guess we drew a lot of our removal. And felt nice. So we're at 1 win. 1-0. No more dilly-dally. Let's get into match 2. Match number 2 is up. I like this hand. Makes us look like we didn't do a stipulation draft. We're against Nelu. Much cleaner name than Dirty German. Opponent Mullen as well. Get out of here, Parhelion. What are you doing? Could do this a little bit, right? Alright, so we're probably going to get started on turn 3 with this weird, and hopefully it just survives. We can cruelty our opponent's first play. Nope, what am I doing? Play the Plaza. Blue decks scare me in this format, especially blue-black decks. Every time they cast Toll of the Invasion, I just feel like I've been violated. Got a Strix. They have a Strix. Well, doesn't change my play very much. See if they want to go ahead and toll the invasion. There we go. Alright, opponent. Reveal my hand. Take my Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. Yeah, can't block that anyway. Alright, Spellgorger Weird. Sure. Oh, we got the Bolus. And we are one swamp away from casting it. Swamp or Island. Oh, we don't have Island in our deck, right? So I could just play Turret Ogre here. Or I can Cruelty. I think I'd rather just play the Ogre. I'm going to attack as well. My opponent might not block based on this being able to get bigger. Like, if I have a Pyro Helix, my opponent could be scared I just go, like, 1-1 and then kill their Weird. I'm not worried about the Weird attacking me. So I am going to go ahead and do this. And if they block, it's not the worst thing in the world either. Alright, opponent says, you're fine. Calling your bluff. Alright, pass turn. Got a good hand. I don't have anything that I'm super happy to sacrifice to Heartfire. Erratic Visionary also doesn't threaten me very much. Opponent does not block. Alright, there's the Gateway pauses. So I'm going to go ahead and jam with Turret Ogre here. They can, like, triple block and trade it for, like, Spellgorger Weird, but I think that's fine. Opponent correctly identified that Turret Ogre has reach, unlike me, who forgets that Snare Spider has reach. Yeah, if they just triple block, I'll take out Spellgorger Weird and call it a day. Play my Gateway Plaza and hold up Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. I'm not going to try to 2-for-1 him here. I mean, they could also just take 4, right? Now, if they go for a triple block and then they have a trick of their own, like Unlikely Aid, then I'll probably just cast my Cruelty and play Gateway Plaza for the turn. Ooh, they are going for the triple block. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Weird here if they go for that. I just don't care if my opponent uses their mana on this Visionary right now. And I am trading my 4-drop for my opponent's 3-drop, but it shuts off that avenue later on for them to do some nonsense. We'll just pass the turn here. And I think I'm going to use my mana this turn on Cruelty, basically regardless of what they play. I'll let them attack me first. I'm going to activate Visionary. Alright, I assume I'm getting attacked here. I will not block. I will take my 1. Then I will Cruelty on end step. Saheeli Silverwing. Yeah, we can Cruelty that. They get to what? Look at the top card of my library. This is the biggest throwaway text I've ever seen on a Magic card. Let's go ahead and say bye-bye to Silverwing. Could just start plussing Bolus here. Let me attack first. My opponent might block. I highly doubt they will, but they might. If they're, like, super scared of the Spellgorger Weird. Looks like they're considering it, too. They did not. So, if we Bolus minus, it's going to die. So, I think I'm just going to play Herald and kind of bide our time a little bit here. See what our opponent musters up next. I might even be able to kill something a little bit better, like a Kiora's Dambreaker or Tidebearer Giant. And then if I draw another land, I can hold up Heartfire as well. Ooh, Ugin? Oh no, that's so bad for me. Yeah, that's pretty bad for me because I can copy the ability. They're going to make a Spirit, I assume. Oh no, they're going to kill Spellgorger Weird. So I can actually Heartfire now. Alright, let me see real quick. I can Heartfire to kill Ugin, or I can Heartfire to kill Strix, and then play Bolus and kill the Visionary and just attack Ugin, right? Ugin's going to be at 1. Yeah, so I kill one of their creatures here. The one that's going to attack me this turn. I mean, I could get super greedy and just plus this Ugin, but either way, the -3, whether I use Ugin's ability or Nicol Bolas's ability, isn't going to cut it. So let's go ahead and destroy Erratic Visionary and then kill their Ugin. Ah! Destroy target creature or plane. Oh, or Planeswalker, right? Nah, we'll just kill both your creatures, I guess. And then opponent has 1 card in hand. Hopefully it doesn't deal with Nicol Bolas. And if it does, I guess that's not too big of a deal. Like, if they just play a flyer here, then Bolas is going to get probably 1 activation. But seems like it's already kind of done its job. Oh, they have Unlikely Aid. That'd be really strong. Get back an Ugin and a creature. Just, they're checking their graveyard, so I'm assuming they might have something. Yeah, that would be really good, because Ugin can come down and just blow up Nicol Bolas right away. Yep, Aid the Fallen, that's what I meant, not Unlikely Aid. Yeah, that was really good for him. And we drew kind of a blank, so let's go ahead and plus here. Firemind Vessel. It's kind of a dud. I think we're probably in a losing state now, because they can actually cast Ugin, and Ugin can just start plussing, and then the Strix can actually kill our Bolas. And then they can use Ugin on kind of whatever. Which means I should probably just attack them. Play Spark Reaper and a Mountain here. I'm not going to play Firemind Vessel. Because if they attack Nicol Bolas, then I'm going to want to sacrifice it to Spark Reaper. Yeah, Unlikely, or Aid the Fallen was just really gross there. Really? Huh. Okay, I mean, I kind of get it here. They still get to, excuse me, they still get to kill Bolas. I could sacrifice Herald now, but I still get a little bit of value out of sacking this Bolas that they're going to attack. So let's go ahead and draw our card and gain a life. Then we're going to be up against it here, especially if we don't draw something now. That was a decent draw. Not like super crazy. But we get to put our opponent down to 10. Get to grow that thing. I can play a Swamp, but still not playing Firemind Vessel here. Well, yeah, our opponent successfully beat Bolas. Let this resolve. Let's see what they do with Ugin first. Yep, they're going to plus. Kind of expected. And I can sack Dreadhorde Butcher, end of turn, and kill the Strix. Or I can just kill the Spirit. Could also just attack with the Dreadhorde Butcher. Kind of want to use my mana now, though. Killing the Spirit means that I get to at least attack Ugin for 2. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to beat this Ugin here. It's really good. Could also just sack the Herald and hope to, I don't know, draw something. I've already used my main removal spells. Could also possibly go for damage on the opponent here. There's no way they're attacking. Alright, so what to do? I think I want to Spark Reaper now just so I have all my cards available next turn. Any target. Alright, let's go ahead and sack Butcher. Let's shoot down the 2/2. This draws him a card, of course, but now we can attack at least the 2/3 into the Strix. And we just draw a land here. I don't think we can win. I mean, we might be able to. Go for their face. Now I'll attack Ugin. That way if they -3, they have to kill Ugin. They might just chump with the Strix, though. Didn't think so. And we'll go ahead and play Reaver, and I'll just play Swamp and pass. Yeah, Ugin's insane. They also let Ugin take 2 there, so they're plussing. Ashiok Skulker. Sure. Well, I should do some sacrificing on the end step here. I don't know how I'm going to beat this. They're at 10, and I can't get through on this Ugin. But I'm going to Spark Reaper up some dudes and hope to find something. I think I should leave this alone in case I draw like an invading Manticore or something. I'll go ahead and sack the Herald. Get no ability out of it. Drew Honor the God Pharaoh. And I think I'm just going to untap here. Yeah, we drew the Manticore, so we can go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have Honor plus Manticore. That's going to add 3 power here. That just makes it a 4/4, though. We can't even get through on this. Let's go God Pharaoh first. Burning Prophet. Karn's Bastion would have been useful earlier. I just don't think I can beat this now. Go and play the Manticore. Play Karn's Bastion and pass the turn. Yeah. Skulker's a good blocker here. Just this plussing to make creatures is insane. Creatures and card draw. It's a 3-for-1 every time you plus it. Because they're going to trade it off for something. They're going to draw a card, and they're ticking up Ugin. It's a lot. And they're just out-carding me pretty heavily now. Game's not over, but it feels pretty close to over. They just have so many bodies I can't get through on this Ugin. I don't think I can kill them. I already used Heartfire as well. So, yeah, they're even attacking me, though. That's how you know I'm in trouble. Okay. I have seen enough of this game. We'll go ahead and try to defeat Ugin in the next game. I kind of want the Aid the Fallen just because of how grindy this looks like it's going to get. Don't think I want anything else here. Our opponent just had a really timely Aid the Fallen of their own, and it was the right combination of cards to kill off what we had on board and kind of get their bomb back. Spark Double is okay here. Unlikely Aid, not super exciting. Opponent's deck looked really good. Firemind Vessel, I suppose, could come out. Yeah, I'm not super into the Vessel here. Alright, we'll be back for game 2. Alright, back for game 2 with a pretty functional hand here. I like functional hands to start with. We're down a game against Nehlu, but they have the best card in the format, so, I mean, can't feel too bad about it, right? Let's go ahead and probably just play the Plaza here. They have a couple 1/2s and 1/3s, so it's not like I'm getting in a lot of damage by playing the Reaver here. They just play a Strix or an Erratic Visionary, then it's kind of whatever. Ugin is just kind of a ridiculous card. I hate that it's a colorless card in this format that's so good. I think they should scale down how good the colorless cards are. Let's go and play Spellgorger Weird. Pass the turn. Let me just kill the Weird here and we untap. It's pretty bad. Yeah, Toll of the Invasion. The card's so good, but it feels so invasive. Like, when someone casts it, I feel like I get this little twinge of anger that they now know everything that's going on, and they get to take something away, and they get the 1/1. It's like, why do you get to do all of that? What do they take here? Heartfire? Unlikely Aid? I have no idea. Turret Ogre's the card I'm hoping they take. Probably just casting, like, Honor the God Pharaoh next turn or something. You do have to make a decision, my friend. I do wish I had Toll of the Invasion in my deck. This is the type of hand, though, if my opponent's able to go, like, I play a card, they play a card, I play a card, they play a card, and then they play Ugin, I can just never win that match. Ooh, they took the combat trick. Sure. No box. Well, I will go ahead and Honor the God Pharaoh. I think I'll keep Turret Ogre in my hand. Guild Globe, huh? And I'll attack. Guild Globe, not exactly the worst, not the best. It's just a counter for Spell Gorger Weird. Uh-oh, opponent keeping up counter spells? That's what's going on here? Attacking the 1/1. No, thank you. I can make use of a 1/1 body here. Opponent probably just has another amass card, which is why they're willing to trade off this army. It's better if your amass cards can produce a token rather than add counters to a token. Most of the time. Sometimes you want to beef up one army, but I would rather make an additional body than add to a body I already have. Silverwing is fine. That's fine. Gateway Plaza. So I can just attack with the weird. And then play like Lazotep Reaver. Yeah, that seems okay. So let's Gateway Plaza. Play this Reaver. Again, like I said, it's awkward. I don't really want to add a counter to this army. I'd rather like Heartfire it away, but I can Heartfire the Reaver here. Gotta watch out for Eternal Skylord, though. That's a nasty card my opponent could have here. They could just hit me for 5. This would become a 3/3 flyer. Also, my opponent could just have Ugin next turn, and then it's like, okay, sure. Not sure how I'm winning that game. My hand's not insane or anything. Alright, Silverwing coming in all by its lonesome. Opponent following up with Sky Theater Strix and nothing. Alright, so let's go and play Guild Globe first. Opponent knows about Heartfire, so we're not like getting them with that or anything like that. And I guess I'm attacking with the weird into whatever trick my opponent might have. Ooh, Cruelty was a nice one. Opponent doesn't know about that one. They might just chump with the 1/1. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. Ob Nixilis is Cruelty, my guy, so I guess I Heartfire in response just to make use of that. I don't have a way to grow this big enough, so yeah, let's go ahead and Heartfire. It's a little awkward, because they can get back whatever with this Taskmaster, but that does cost a lot of mana, and I'm not super worried if they replay one of these. So I think I'm just going to kill the Silverwing here. Could also go to face, but again, if they have Ugin in their hand, it doesn't matter. I am dying to my opponent. Alright, Eternal Skylord, again, really nasty. I am falling behind quite a bit. I'm going to take 4 down to 9. I'm going to probably have to Cruelty this thing, and I'm not going to have good attacks back. Manticore was not a good draw. Our hand is just a glut of cards here. I mean, I could try to play this Turret Ogre and hope they have nothing. I could also try to get them mid-combat by killing this with Ob Nixilis' Cruelty and then double block in here. That might be what I have to end up doing to try and win this game. They didn't play a land, so they've got 2 spells in hand. That's not good either. So if I play Turret Ogre, they kill it, and I take 5, then I'm kind of dead, right? So I think I've got to make an awkward play here. Not in love with it. I'm very far behind. I know my opponent has 2 spells in hand. I don't like that. Alright, we'll let him go to combat and see if we can muster something up here. Sending in the Taskmaster? Oh. I guess they'd be fine sending that in. Let's go ahead and Cruelty here, see what our opponent has. Looked like nothing. We're going to double block your army and hope you don't have an instant speed way to amass. Alright. Not a terrible turn for us. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever. God, wait, come on. Look at what this card does. I don't think I can beat it, honestly. No. Okay, this is tilting, but they had it. And I was not able to threaten them enough. Well, we lost to the best card in the format. I'm not going to complain too much about that, but we are going to pick up a loss really early on, which is just kind of annoying. I'd rather, lose to Ugin when I'm already at 3 wins rather than in my second match, but what can you do? If your opponent has it both games, they have it. And we're going to go ahead and jump into match number 3. All right, welcome back for match 3. We just took a beating to Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, or Ugin the Ineffable, whatever its name is in this set. And we have a fine draw, but it's going to be really slow against an aggressive deck. We're going to play a 2-2 on turn 3 here. But at least we have all our mana. We have, some kind of curve here. Martyr for the Cause is fine. Spark Reaper, let's go and play our Guild Globe and ship the turn. Opponent did mold a 6 here. Probably play Spark Reaper on turn 3 now since it blocks this Martyr. Oh, Defiant Strike. Okay, opponent searching for a land here. Looks like they found it. Another Defiant Strike. Sure. They probably red-white if they're playing that many Defiant Strikes. Go for it, opponent. I will block regardless of what my opponent can have, unless they put a counter on it, obviously. Pegasus is fine. Go and play Turret Ogre here. And ship the turn. I mean, if they kill Turret Ogre or they have a combat trick now, I might just lose. I don't have a way to kill the Pegasus. Hoping they just forgot that this thing has reach. Nope, they have a trick. Divine Arrow. I mean, if I can kill Pegasus, then I feel fine here, but... Oh, Bolas. Bolas does kill Pegasus, doesn't it? Alright, well that worked out, I think. Blue, black is what we need, right? Timely Bolas is timely. Destroy your Pegasus, please. And here I'm not even super worried if they, like... Okay, yeah, so they're going to kill Bolas, and that's fine. Like, I'm not too worried about that because I've now stabilized. I've killed the threat here. Sure, Teo's Light Shield doesn't change anything, really. Oh, put the counter on itself? Interesting. Wouldn't you want to put the counter on the Spark Reaper so you can attack through it? Alright, so we can go Invader plus Tybalt's Rager seems decent, as opposed to only using 4 of our mana this turn. And ship back. I guess they put the counter on the Light Shield so that if this trades or dies, they can proliferate. They won't be able to proliferate this. And we got a nice little grind fest going on here. I'm going to go ahead and just play my Manticore and pass. Not in a position to attack quite yet. If they want to send a bunch of creatures in to get this battalion trigger, then that's fine. Are they missing a color, or are they actually mono white? Sure, I don't care too much about the Wanderer's Strike either. Like, I'll do some double, triple blocking here if I need to. Yeah, opponent's going all in. So I can just eat this, and then I can double block here. I guess I can double block here, and then just trade my army. I will lose my Spark Reaper, but there'll be a 2/5. I guess it'll become a 3/6. So let me think a little bit more here. Okay, so what we could do is block like this. I'll lose... Oh, I do want my Rager to die, though, is the thing. Alright, this is going to take a second. Because if they don't kill the Rager, I don't get to ping that. go like this, and then double block here. Yeah, this seems fine. They can choose not to kill my Rager if they don't want their light shield to die. Nope, they killed the Rager, so now I get to ping off the light shield. And we're back to Reaper versus Martyr. Heartfire is a decent draw here, so I will go ahead and attack them. And we'll play Herald of the Dreadhorde, holding up Heartfire here. Waiting for our opponent to play red mana. Rise and Populace is fine. I will still block this Martyr, I believe. Opponent chooses not to attack. Alright, Burning Prophet seems okay. Can attack with the Herald. No need, though. We're still just going to play the grindy game here. My opponent might just straight up be mono white. They have done that thing, though, where they've drawn the perfect number of lands and they've drawn nothing but Gas Sense. So if we can stabilize, they are just going to draw a bunch of lands eventually. And we have kind of a little bit of flood insurance here. Topple my 2/3. Fine by me. That's just cycling, it looks like. War Screecher's fine as well. Don't think they're attacking. Oh, Spark Double. Awkward. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of Spark Double here. Swamp can go to bottom. Gateway Plaza is not bad. Could also just play Spellgorger weird, and then what's the worst that happens? They attack and pump their team. That doesn't seem super crazy. I would like to get this weird down before I use the Heartfire. Alright, I lied. My opponent has drawn some lands, but they're down to one card here. They're probably just attacking with the War... Oh, no attack with the War Screecher at all. I guess they want to play defense. So I can attack with the Herald here. They probably block with the Martyr. This doesn't pump itself, right? Other creatures? Sure. Alright, let's go ahead and send the Herald in. Opponent might block with Martyr for the cause and then make this a 4/4. Or I guess not block at all. Go and play our Gateway Plaza. Alright, go ahead, opponent. Probably going to sack this on end step. See what happens, though. See if our opponent decides to get frisky soon. Nope, nothing. Just land and go. Alright, let's go ahead and sack here. Ooh, Cruelty was very good. And Finisher? That's also quite good. So let's go ahead and just Cruelty this now and attack with the 3/2 again. Get some scries, get some counters. I think I can do better than a Burning Prophet. Alright, opponent just concedes, sure. Sure, against mono white. Just like a mono white curve out deck. I do like the Unlikely Aid. They do have a couple topples and things like that, which is interesting. Blind Blast seemed pretty bad. Manticore is a good stabilizing card against a deck like this. So I'm probably going to go ahead and bring it in here. And then Dreadmalkin doesn't seem very good. The rest of my deck seems fine. The Spark Double's whatever, but Dreadmalkin seems actually quite bad. If it's not going to at least offer a trade or something like that, then I don't think I want it. So let's go and make that cut and run it back for game 2. All right, back for game 2. Yeah, I like this hand. I mean, I don't love it, but it seems fine. See what 2-drop they play before we determine whether we're Reavering or playing a Gateway Plaza. Pouncing Lynx. Yeah, I can probably take a turn off here to Gateway Plaza. Sure. Yeah, opponent looks like their mono white would... Oh, nope. We lied. They're probably playing Feather, is my guess, if they're running the, whatchamacallits? You know, the whatchamacallits. So, best use of my mana would be Honor the God Pharaoh. If I was going to just play Lazotep Reaver, I should have played the Gateway Plaza. But is it better to just play the Plaza or play the Honor the God Pharaoh? I can't block if I do, so probably just going to run that. Or, actually... I'm going to go and pitch the Gateway Plaza to Honor the God Pharaoh, I think. I'm going to take 5, which is kind of gross. Drew a bunch of nonsense. But I would like to be able to play like Reaver and hold up Unlikely Aid. Another Lynx. Sure. And a Martyr. Okay. This is all well and good. It's a little scary. Opponent's got a lot of damage on board. Manticore, like I said, is a nice stabilizing card. I'm going to go and play Reaver and pass. A little annoying this is going to become big next turn, but that's fine, I think. I'm going to watch out for Topple the Statues. So I could Unlikely Aid now before damage, or before blocks, so that I can't get got by Divine Arrow. And that's what I'm going to do, so I'm going to go ahead and Unlikely Aid the Reaver, I think. And we will block here and here. Taking 4, eating our opponent's creatures. The Lynxes are still kind of annoying because of the first strike. But we do get to slim down their board a little bit. Ooh, Pegasus is bad for us. Never mind, Pegasus is fine. So we're going to go Guildglobe plus Ob-Nixilis' Cruelty and taking 4. That's not good. Let's play Guildglobe first. Vraska's Finisher. Alright, we'll go ahead and pass here. I might just chump with this Reaver. Going Cruelty now. Do got to be really careful about, like, Topple the Statue here. No, I might need a chump blocker next turn if they do topple, because I'm going to play Manticore. Yeah, they do have Feather, and we're going to start Defiant Striking here. So I am in exceptional trouble. Maybe I can get him with Vraska's Finisher, but there's no way they block, right? This is 3 in the air. I don't feel very good about this. I think my best bet is to hope they just block here, and they did not. Go ahead, opponent. Yeah, they're mono red Splash and Feather, it looks like. Makes the topples make a little bit more sense because it's just 3 mana draw a card. We're going to die. And show me another Defiant Strike. No, they got a little bit more red. Alright, so I do have to chump a Lynx and then block a Lynx. Go to 1. They're going to start drawing 2 cards per turn. I need Heartfire right now to kill the Feather, or Bolus, I guess. That's not going to cut it. I could Reaper, sack, not enough. So we will go to game 3 against Feather. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Blind Blast looks a little bit better against Pouncing Lynxes. Grim Initiate. I would rather have Grim Initiate than the Lynx, I think. Whereas, or the Blind Blast, just because it's a little bit earlier to play it. Don't think I want a second Grim Initiate. Spark Double's pretty bad here, so maybe I do just want another Grim Initiate over who knows what. I don't want the 3rd Manticore, I know that much. Yeah, maybe Blind Blast. It just only deals with the Lynxes. Alright. Running it back. Alright, solid hand. It's pretty good against an aggressive start from the opponent. It's got 1 drop, 2 drop, something to do on turn 3. And then hopefully find some removal for our opponent's aggro creatures. And definitely getting in there for 1 here. And then playing our Reaver. Feather is a huge problem for us. You have 2 removal spells that kill it in the deck. 3 if you count Bolus, but, well, speak of the devil. Let's go ahead and just play Honor the God Pharaoh, discarding Mountain. Karn's Bastion has some late game utility. Fine draws there. I can attack for 2, but I don't think this is about a damage race or anything. Guild Globe would be a fine draw to turn on Bolus. Alright, Rise and Populace I'd rather see than Trusted Pegasus. Also, Swamp's not the worst thing in the world either. Let's go and play Spark Reaper here and just pass the turn. Karn's Bastion, not quite doing it, right? Alright, you're up, opponent. If I kill Martyr for the Cause, then they can put a counter on this and proliferate and make it a 4/4. Yeah, there's the Pegasus, so we are on a little bit of a clock here. That's 4 a turn on its own. Not like a crazy amount of damage or anything, but relevant. Unlikely Aid. Yeah, if I attack, they're just gonna block with this, I think. I could attack with the army. And then I'm taking 6 in the air. That doesn't seem good. Probably just have to play defense until I find an answer here. And the plan here is to go ahead and use Spark Reaper to sack Grim Initiate on end step. Gives me a 3/3 attacker. Gains me a life back. Draws me an extra card. Alright, no Feather? I guess Feather is double white. They could have already had it. Turret Ogre would be pretty good here. Alright, I'll go ahead and take my 4. Maybe more if they want to throw some Defiant Strikes out there. I can crack back for a lot of damage. Alright, just taking 4, and let's see what their follow-up play is. Alright, let's go ahead and sack the Grim Initiate here. Dig a little bit deeper into the deck, shall we? Also makes a 3/3 army, not irrelevant. Burn-in Profit and a Swamp. So are we willing to take 6 here? I mean, we can attack here, here, here. Guess I should play the Prophet first. That way I get an extra scry if I have to use the Unlikely Aid. Attack with everything except the Reaver. Topple the statue. I'm fine with that, I think. Still going to attack here and here. And if they just block Burn and Profit, I'm okay with that. I would rather this not die right now, actually. Sure. Yeah, they are going to go for the big Rise in Populace here. Oh no, Trick. We got a Battlefield promotion. Defiant Strike. Sure, so I guess we can Unlikely Aid. Yeah, that seems fine. Manticore does add a lot of power to the board, but I'd rather find an answer to their Pegasus. Spellgorger weird. No, that doesn't do it. Opponent still has a lot of cards in hand too. Guild Globe, 1/2. Guild Globe doesn't let us cast Bolus here. I don't love shipping 2 spells to the bottom here, but I think I just need to make sure they can't kill us for now. Dang, another Pegasus? That's really bad. That's extremely bad. We're going to lose to this Feather deck, and we're going to be out in 1 and 2. We're just taking so much damage so quickly. I don't think we're going to be able to kill them. Oh, that is a Guild Globe. Maybe this draws us a land and we can Bolus? I guess we can Burn and Profit for a land. Oh no, that's fine. I was going to say we didn't tap correctly, but that's fine. Yeah, Manticore's to the bottom. Like, even an Ob Nixilis' Cruelty would be nice here. Heartfire. Drew Vraska's finisher. Alright, well, I'm going to attack with everything because I can't block anything. Opponent's going to topple again. Sure. I can Nicol Bolas next turn, but we're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go down to 3. Okay, at least I can Vraska's finisher this, but that's going to be 5, 6, 7. We are going to just die to like a Defiant Strike, aren't we? Well, this is going to be very close, but we'll see. Go and finish that. Pass the turn. I guess if we still find an answer for Trusted Pegasus, then we're not just out. Oh my god, are you serious? Where did these all come from? Oh no, not like this. Not like this. I don't even have an out now. Do I? I don't think I do. Oh. But I don't have enough mana to do both. Okay, well, if I Bolas, kill this, attack with everything, they block a 3, they 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not enough. If I attack with everything now and they go block, block, no, block, block, they take 2, 4, assuming I cast Heartfire, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. God, this is just not enough either way, is it? Is there a way I can survive with Spark Reaper? No. Oh, no. Then the timer's going? Oh, if I had one more land, I could definitely win this turn because I could just clear the blockers. And then kill this, and they block. They take 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. That's my out. I need to play Bolas plus and find an untapped land for Heartfire. Kill this. And this will have 2 triggers. I get 2 scries towards this too, so okay. I think we found the potential out here is to find a basic land in the top 2 cards of our library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to keep up red. Oh, we're going to find Gateway Plaza, aren't we? Let's make red blue. Cast Bolas, and please, we need a basic in the top 2. Oh no, hold on. I need to tap differently, don't I? Alright, let's go 1, 2, make red blue. And then black, black, black. No! No, I ran out of time! I ran out of time! Oh, no. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Oh, I had the play. I'm going to cast this to see if there was a basic. Oh, I can't believe that happened. No. 1. We would have won. Oh, I'm losing the timeout. Are you kidding me? Wow. Just insane. I had 3, right? That went by that fast. I guess it took me a while. I tanked there, but man, I did not have an appropriate amount of time to figure that out. And I was right there too. I was cracking the I was cracking the thing. As soon as I cast the bolus, I think it resets the timer, and then I just look for the lands. But what can I do about it? Take my loss to the digital platform, I guess. I did take a while, but still, that's so frustrating. We would have been able to continue playing, and I liked our deck a lot. We would have had the win. That okay. That was just the worst thing that's ever happened, but we're out. We played and we died, so here we are. And I guess we're wrapping up. This is probably going to do it for Bifrost for War of the Spark. And we will be back with Core Set 2020, which is shaping up to be kind of cool. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it. Remember to subscribe below if you watch me. If you enjoyed watching me time out there with the win on board, then make sure you subscribe below for more of that. And feel free to find us on Twitter at MDG_ManaRocks. Press F in chat for Nicol Bolas. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.